What is up, guys? It's Trent McGowan from Under the Willow Tree with another episode today. I'm joined by my co-host Dylan Prokorpi.
Hey.
And we got a guest, Jamie Russell.
Yo.
And Matthew Prokorpi. Cool. So today's episode is on K-pop. We are going to be talking about K-pop in general. Words are hard. And we're going to be talking about 3 specific groups as well as the dark side of K-pop. So, what do you guys know about K-pop?
Virtually nothing.
And you?
Not much.
And you?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, that is fun. I like K-pop. Let's get that out there. So K-pop actually started back in the 1940s in South Korea. But K-pop, as we currently know it, is known as the idol culture, which began back in 1996 with a boy group called Hot. It got into a slump, but came back in 2003 thanks to groups such as TVXQ and BOA by breaking into other Asian music industries, mainly Japan. Currently, K-pop is known as the Korean wave, as it has taken over the globe with groups such as BTS and Blackpink collaborating with American artists. And it is actually valued at $5 billion, the industry itself.
That's a lot.
That is impressive.
Yeah, well, what do you think about an industry that's been going since the 1940s, still captivating people today?
It's quite incredible that it's now popped up and it's as big as it is now.
Yeah, it's quite hectic because I listened to some of the old K-pop and I was very confused to what was happening.
Like how old?
Like early 90s.
Jeez.
Because really you can't really find anything prior to that because like most Asian countries back like 80s, 70s and 80s, they had restrictions on their stuff going global.
Yeah.
Broadcasting. It was only done locally. So back when, in say the 80s is when they decided to take down that censorship and that's when it started peaking globally. But like I said, it got into a slump between I think it's 2000 and 2003 and that's when groups started pretty much getting to what we know, this eccentric type of music and crazy ass music videos. But we're going to talk about the groups now since we've covered that. We're going to talk about Blackpink. Now the songs we're going to be covering are Boombayah, Whistle and Stay. Now I don't know anything about the songs obviously because they're in Korean and I don't speak Korean, so that's delightful. But Blackpink started out back in 2016, so they're still a fairly new band. They signed to YG Entertainment and Aves Interscope. I think I said that right. And the members are, and I'm going to butcher these names very, very badly. Let's try this. Jisoo,
Sure.
Jenny, okay, that's very easy. Rose and Lisa, so there's only one hard name there.
Okay.
They had a debuted back on the 8th of August 2016 with their single called Square Up. They are the highest charting female K-pop group on the Billboard 100. So that's quite
Damn, yeah. That's
an accomplishment,
yeah.
especially for
Yeah, it is.
a international group that, you know, the song's not even in English
Yeah.
to hit, you know,
The numbers it has you.
yeah, the highest charting. They hit number 55, which is pretty,
That's amazing.
yeah, that's well done. The song is called Do 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 Do, and I'm not joking. All these songs will be linked down in the description, so you guys listening can go check it out yourself.
Yes, please do.
They are the first K-pop girl group to actually get onto the top Billboard Emerging Artist chart. So yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves. And they've also set a world record with the most viewed Korean music video in 24 hours with that said song, Do 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 Do. Their albums, they currently only have 1 album and 2 EPs. The first album, studio album, was released back in December 2018, so it's still coming out. I should have read that first. It is called Blackpink in Your Area. They generally start most of their songs saying that.
Yeah.
So-
Like little catchphrase.
Yeah, most K-pop groups actually do it. I think it's just a thing. And then they have 2 EPs. One that's self-titled was released back in August 2017 on the 30th. And Square Up was released this year on the 15th of June 2018. Now the songs that I made Dylan and Jamie watch was Boombayah, Whistle and Stay. Now, what are your opinions on them? On K-pop actual music videos in general, not just these 3.
Very interesting, to say the least.
They're better than most modern music videos.
Yeah, well,
Very
In terms of their
colourful.
production value
their
and
production value is insane.
the budgets they have, are just you can't compete
Yeah, I
with
think
them.
so some of the production, like the budget, is actually higher than some movies out there.
Aesthetically as well,
Yeah.
their colours are
Yeah.
sure.
But you got like a song "Stay," which still don't understand what they're singing about, but you can tell it's a very emotional song.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, one of the dullest looking music videos I get, but it
The
gets its
original.
message across.
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows you the diversity of K-pop, but
Their sound.
the sound and the production. Most of them are very like wild, like you said, colorful, bright, and
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Very
you get those
trendy.
like gems out there that are just like acoustic, very emotional songs.
Strip music, yeah.
Yeah, you don't really know actually what they're saying. Like I'm gonna keep saying because I don't know what
Still
else.
sounds
Even with
pretty.
the subtitles, it's still
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've noticed
doesn't come across as.
we're going to
as
talk
it should.
about twice last out of these three groups. I've noticed on all their music videos up on YouTube, there are subtitles in English, so you are actually able to see or read what they are singing about. And 9% of the time, it's about the same thing. But that's not the point here. It's how it's done is kind of how it is.
What's impressive about it,
Yeah, well, also like with Blackpink, I know one of their members aren't even Korean. She's Taiwanese. I think it's Lisa,
Yeah.
the last one we mentioned. She's Taiwanese. She's not even Korean.
That's interesting.
But that's one thing that I've noticed doing research on this, that a lot of the people within the industry aren't even Korean.
Wonder if that means that they find it harder to be accepted in the industry or.
Yes, we are going to actually touch on that.
Cool.
That's on the part of the dark sides of K-pop. So regarding the three songs from Blackpink, Boombayah, Whistle and Stay, gonna tell you about how many views each song has. First I'm gonna let you guys guess. So Boombayah, how many views do you guys think? Dylan, go first.
Probably about 50 mil.
Okay,
No,
Matthew?
I'd say 43 million.
It's a 32 million.
You guys are very, very wrong. It's 430 million
Oh my
views.
word! Wow.
Boombayah. Yeah, like I said, they are pretty much one of the most successful female K-pop groups
Jeez.
currently. Okay, now we're going to jump onto Whistle. So now you know the numbers, pretty much. So Whistle, let's go. Dylan,
200 million. I
Matthew,
don't think it's
100 million.
300 million.
284 million. So Jamie was the closest.
8.
So yeah, all these videos, like I've said, will be in the description for you guys to check them out. And then we're going to go on Stay, the very emotional one. Dylan,
What?
how many views?
How many views? I'll say. Been off with numbers. 300 million.
Matthew,
173 million.
200 million.
133 million.
Okay, that one.
So it's the least amount of views out of all their videos. So
That's surprising.
that's kind of the scale that a lot of these groups are on, especially the three we're talking down. These are the three heavy hitters currently in the female K-pop industry. But we're going to jump into Red Velvet now. Now, Red Velvet started back in 2014. They are with SM Entertainment and Avix Tracks. Yes, them. The members are Irene. This name, Shulji, I think. I don't know. I apologize for not saying the names right. Wendy.
They hunt you down.
They're gonna probably,
Correct you.
yes.
Yeah.
The Korean music industry, bro. They're coming for me.
They're coming off you.
Wendy, Joy, and Yuri. So there's one hard name again. They debuted back in 2014 on the 1st of August with their single Happiness. Originally, there was only 4 members to the group: Irene, Sulji, Wendy, and Joy. In March of 2015, Yuri joined the group. So, people joining on, adding on. That's what I've noticed actually in a lot of K-pop, early K-pop, they were kind of like mixed and matched.
Yeah.
People were taken out the group, someone was put back in. That person that was taken out was just put into another group.
Yeah, so they just interchange them.
Yeah, they constantly change, the members that didn't fit, I guess, to that specific style back in the day. Because like I said, they currently stay with the same people, but especially like Blackpink, which we just spoke about, the member Jennie is currently trying to do a solo career,
Okay.
which pretty much means if her career takes off, Blackpink is just going to end.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a very cutthroat industry in that way, but it's the same as another group called 21. Another chick also started her own solo career. 21 ended like a year later.
Oh, okay.
And
So
now those
you
other
have-
members don't really have anything else to do. Okay. So Red Velvet have had multiple releases that have reached number one on a couple of charts globally. So that's another big achievement for the K-pop industry. They also really received multiple awards such as the Golden Disc, New Artist Award, and the Mnet Asian Music Award for the Best Female Group back in 2017. So, you know, they praise their artists quite a bit. I know there's a lot of award shows that happen where, you know, they have like that. You know, like the Golden Disc and Mnet. A lot of them are just the agency they belong to, record label,
Yeah.
I would say. That each of them have their own awards for their specific artists. And then you have other awards that celebrate every artist, I guess, to put it that way.
They don't really have that in other industries.
Yeah,
It's just
it's pretty much targeted at one specific genre.
Yeah.
And if that genre is not as popular, it doesn't get an award.
it's not happening. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of bullshit, but let's not get into that. So they released their full-length album titled The Red in September 2015. It topped many charts in the Asian music industry. So that's beating out so many other groups to take the number one spot in the Korean music industry back then. So Red Velvet have released 2 studio albums, The Red, which we just spoke about back in 2015, and The Perfect Velvet, which came up back in 2017. They have 8 EPs, which
Jeez.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
They've got Ice Cream Cake, which came out in
These
2015.
names are just...
The Velvet came out in 2016. Russian Roulette, 2016 as well. The Red Summer, July 2017. Hashtag Cookie Jar.
I'm just trying to make
back
people
in
hungry with these
2018.
titles.
Yeah.
Well, you got to name it like Red Velvet. You know, you got to capitalize on
Wait.
your namesake. You know, who doesn't like Red Velvet?
True.
I actually don't, but
Yeah, neither do I.
I do.
yeah. Well, there we go. We've got you. Rookie, 2017, and RBB, which came out November 2018. Now, RBB stands for Real Bad Boy, so that's quite a title as
Nice.
well. And then they released another EP this year, back in September, called Summer Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Summer magic.
that's 3 EPs in 1 year, which is
Sure.
Jeez.
quite an
They've
accomplishment.
been busy. Yeah.
Hashtag Cookie Jar was only released in Japan as an EP, but you can still find the title song on YouTube.
Huh.
Now, we're going to talk about our final K-pop group. They have a very hard name to say, very complicated. They are twice.
Nice.
Twice, yes. Arguably the biggest female K-pop group in the industry currently. They started back in 2015 on labels JYP and Warner Brothers Japan.
Hey, okay.
Now they have a total of 9 members in their group,
Jeez, that's a lot.
whereas Red Velvet had 5 and Blackpink has 4. So they are a pretty big group, but there are still other groups that are bigger, which I don't know how everyone
How they
gets a
accommodate
chance to
everyone,
sing.
yeah.
How do you decide who gets a chance on
The
this?
drama in those groups must be hectic.
Well, they're all women. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stereotype,
Exactly my point.
but it has to happen.
Yeah.
Now, these names. This is gonna be
Breathe.
fun. I don't know how to say half
And
of
there's
these.
9 of them, so.
Yeah.
good
Oh
luck.
lord.
I can say a couple of them. One of them is Momo.
Momo, okay.
Another one is Sana. I think that's how you say it. Another one is Mina. Daeyeon. Chai Young.
You're
I
doing well,
think-
you're doing well.
Tsuyu.
What?
I don't know.
Sounds right.
I'm just gonna say Naomi.
Huh?
I don't know if that's right.
Last name?
And Yang, that one. I'm not gonna try to say that.
Yeah.
I apologize again. I really need to do better research on how to say their names.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's just get into this. They rose to fame in 2016, so a year later after they debuted, they got their success with their song called Cheer Up. It reached number 1 on the Guan digital chart and was the best performing song of 2016. So
That's impressive.
there's a lot of success here. And it won Song of the Year at the two major music awards, the Melon Music Award and Mnet Asia Music Award. So those are the two biggest awards you can get in the Korean music industry. They debuted in Japan in 2017 with their first compilation album, titled #Twice. These people really like hashtags. It reached number 2 on the Oricon album chart and sold 136,157 copies in 7 days.
Yes.
It is the highest first week album sales in Korea and Japan in 2 years prior to that. So
That's major.
that's a lot of albums sold
Yeah.
in 7 days.
Jeez.
Physical copies, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Obviously, we don't know how much it was streamed, but
Yeah.
there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were the first Korean girl group to earn a platinum by the RAJ for both album and CD single in the same year. The RIAG, stands for Recording Industry Association of Japan. That's a mouthful and a half. They ranked 3rd on the top artist category of the Billboard Japan in 2017 year-end ranking. So, yeah, they were the 3rd best group in Japan in 2017. Now you'll see like that, a lot of K-pop groups release a Japanese version of their song to target that market.
Yeah.
And a lot of these artists can speak multiple languages, allowing them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It must be.
And like this, they are signed to a Japanese record label, Warner Brothers Japan. And they have released an English song, or was a cover of a song. I'll link it in the description. I can't remember the name. But it was released through Warner Brothers.
Okay.
It's not their most popular song. It's got the lowest amount of views of most of their tracks. But it is one of them. So, Twice, the 3 songs I had Dylan and Jamie listen to are Likey, Yes or Yes, and Like Ooh Ooh Ooh.
I like you.
Yeah, Likey.
I like that
Yeah,
one.
they... I lost some dignity saying that last one. Okay, opinions on Twice, those 3 music videos.
I think they're the strongest the most visually compelling group of the 3. You get very caught up in what they do.
Their songs are very catchy.
Very catchy.
Yeah. Not many lyrics go into them, but they're
Yeah.
catchy.
Yeah.
They are catchy. They go for creepy vibes sometimes, but then they switch it up to being happy. And yeah.
Well, Twice is one of the few K-pop groups out there that actually have subtitles on their songs.
Yeah.
So you actually know what they're singing about. You know, it's automatic subtitles, so it just shows up when you watch the video. You know, these other groups could probably have subtitles. I did not go that far into it. But that's not the point here. The point is we're going to see how many views each music video has. So the first one I'm going to touch on is Yes or Yes, which is their latest song. Came out Halloween. And go. How many views?
120 million. You're saying Halloween.
90 million.
80.
86 million. So
Okay.
obviously it's a newer song.
Yeah.
It's still
makes
gonna
sense.
get those views. It's gonna get there. Okay, Likey, how many views?
That's like their biggest song, right?
Yeah.
One of their biggest songs.
Okay, I'll say 300 million for that one. That's a big one.
200 million.
400 million.
327. So Dylan, you're the winner.
Finally. Been sucking
And
at this.
last one, Like Ooh Ah Ooh Ah. How many views?
250 million.
100 million.
I was to say 100.
271. Well done. Dylan.
Woo!
2 in a row. So that is the 3 groups. All music videos are down in the description for you guys to check out. Now we're going on to the serious side of K-pop, the dark side of the industry.
Ooh.
Now, some of these topics are very harsh.
Sensitive.
So we're going to start off by talking about the slave contracts, as people refer them to. They get contracts between 7 to 15 years to the label or the studio they signed to.
Holy hell.
So these slave contracts only kick in when they debut. So they might be training for 10 years with the studio,
Yeah.
but their contract hasn't kicked in yet. So only once their debut single is released, their contract comes into play.
And roughly, like, how old are these women?
It does vary. It can be from the age of 19 to the age of like 20, 22.
Yeah.
Some even 25. So someone, finishing, their training at the age of 25 is signed to a 15-year contract.
Yo, no.
Jeez.
So they have to be making K-pop for 15 years.
That's hectic.
And one of the sad things is how the money works. Now, they take, I would say, it's like a 90 to 10 split. The studio takes 90%
Whoa.
and they get 10.
That is so unfair.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest catches is that money that they earn has to go paying back for their training as well. So at the end of the day,
Not really
they're
making
not
anything.
Yeah,
Earning a lot.
they might look like they're living glamorous lives, but at the end of the day,
really
they're
aren't.
making next to no money.
And you got to think about how how tired they are all the time because they're always working and they always have to do shows and stuff. That must be
Well,
hectic.
that's our next point.
Oh,
No.
Some of these K-pop artists work up to 20-hour days,
oh my goodness.
Yes.
leaving 3 to 4 hours for sleeping, practice, and multiple other things to do.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's quite hectic lives they have to live for next to no reward.
Seems like it.
Yeah, and most of the time, some of these K-pop stars don't even get educated. So they're coming into there at the age of 13, 14 years old. They're going in there with the education they've gotten up until that point.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time when their careers end in K-pop, they don't really
They don't have a
know how
fallback
to
plan.
do anything, no.
Yeah,
Wow.
nothing.
I know that currently a lot of studios are changing that to actually assist their K-pop stars when they're done, to
Right.
help them adjust into the world, but that still doesn't justify the fact of them taking the money they're earning.
Yeah.
Um,
Like they need it.
yeah, no, they don't need it. Okay, so like I was talking about training, they have boot camps. It's not just training, it is a boot camp. As a lot of artists have stated, it is a boot camp. It's hard work. Like they get broken down by some of their trainers. They get told they're pathetic and worthless and that stuff. So it's a lot of mental abuse. I'm not too sure on the physicality of it, but they get worked very hard, and that's why the payoff at the end of the day for what they are capable of doing is amazing, but the reward is not there. Now, one of the other big things about it is plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Now,
That is idealistic.
yeah, there are quite a fair amount of K-pop stars that don't have plastic surgery, but then there's a lot of them that do. Because in Korea, the more beautiful you are, the more success you're going to have.
Yeah.
In certain cases, some artists are forced into getting plastic surgery before they go into it. Obviously paid for by their label. Now, it's like double eyelid surgery, stupid shit.
Yeah.
I would put it that way. Just to
Make them
try and obtain beauty, which is a very stupid standard to try and achieve. They also have to follow a very strict diet.
Yeah, that's a big thing in Korea.
Well, this is mainly just the K-pop stars. They cannot just eat what they want. They have to follow a diet. If not, they get punished.
There's one
What?
K-pop star, I'm not sure what her name is, but her diet, she basically eats nothing. It's really hectic. I don't understand how someone can survive the way that...
Water and biscuits, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, tasty.
And with working for 20 hours, eating nothing, she must be so tired all the time.
Well, with all of this stuff, they're dieting. When they finish there, some of them develop major eating disorders.
I'm not surprised.
So, one of the biggest problems is there's a huge suicide rate for K-pop artists, purely based around the stress they face.
Yeah.
Working 20 hours does something to a person, and it's not a good thing.
Food counts.
Well, once they're pretty much done and they're in the industry, they don't have the boot camps anymore. Obviously, they
But
still
it must
have
leave some
practice.
sort of trauma.
Well,
Oh,
that's
definitely.
why there's suicide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of artists that do talk about it. I'll leave a video in the description as well, where I found out a lot of the information for this, the dark side of it, where they read one of the guys that committed suicide, his suicide note, where he was stating that he didn't feel that he was meant to be in the public that much.
Oh, okay.
And getting pushed into the public more and more is, if you don't want to be there,
Put him right at the edge of
it pushes you too far. But one of the other things is dangerous fans.
Yeah.
Now, in my research, there's a male K-pop group called Big Bang. They were in a car pileup trying to get away from fans.
Jeez.
A huge car accident was caused. Their lives were at risk. Their fans' lives were at risk. While they're in their dorms, because that's how they live. They don't live in these big houses. They stay in dorms down the road from their studio. So when the studio needs them,
just hit them up.
they're there. So they can't really escape work. They don't
that's
have
the
a lot of
beckoning
free
of the
time.
studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're right
All the
there.
time.
They're always there. That's the big thing about it. Now, like you mentioned earlier about, foreigners being in the K-pop industry, they face discrimination. I'm struggling with words today, but it's fine. In the K-pop industry itself, there's a lot of discrimination. Especially, you would think someone that's half Korean wouldn't be discriminated against.
Yeah. Because they have
But it still happens a lot. Just because they're not full Korean.
pure. Yeah.
Yeah. There's, I can't remember his name. He's half Korean, half Australian. And he was talking about his discrimination. Another female artist that's half Korean and half British.
Yes.
Also the discrimination she faced. She sang the Korean national anthem. And she got hate mail and all this stuff from them. But it's the fact of the matter, she's still Korean. And it doesn't make sense. Another one who's Chinese. So a lot of, like I said, it's a big industry. So a lot of other people are coming in from China, Japan, and all that stuff. Was asking her if she showers. They face these things based on stereotypes, which half the time the stereotypes aren't even true.
Yeah.
But Korea itself is a very foreign-friendly country.
Yeah.
But it's literally just the K-pop industry that's not. Because they're pretty much essentially taking jobs away from those other people.
Yeah. When they're actually even trying to embrace their culture, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's K-pop. I would right now, I would not say it's just Korean. It's a global phenomenon. It's all over the world. Especially a lot of the artists that are in it aren't even Korean. So it's not really K-pop. It's, I don't know, A-pop, Asian pop.
A-pop.
I don't know how else to put it, but that's how it is, It's just get along. You're creating the same music, you're creating all those things together. Just stop with your bullshit and accept people.
Yeah.
They're making you money, they're getting your country out there. I don't think any Koreans are going to hear this, but if you do, stop being so full of shit. But yes, that is the end of our podcast. So,
Hope you enjoyed it.
yeah. All my bad speaking, you guys are welcome for that. I'd love for someone to make a compilation of these one day.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
There's going to be many of them.
That's goals right there.
Those are goals, most definitely. So please drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And check out all the videos down in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Cheerio.
Bye.